Hey guys, it's me. It's Queen Osset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, pass it on to somebody else who might like it too, and drop us a positive comment in the comment section. So today we're going to talk about something very interesting. Now, you guys know that I've said many times that Aquarius are kind of awkward with our feelings, awkward with understanding them, awkward with expressing them, awkward in a number of different ways with our feelings commonly. So a woman said to me something that was very interesting. She told me she's in a relationship with an Aquarius and she's a Gemini. And she said that she was wondering if an Aquarius could be in love with someone and not realize that they're in love with that person. So I said, well, honestly, it is very possible for an Aquarius to be feeling any number of things and not be aware of it. That's a very true statement. So when she said that, I said, well, give me some more details on what you mean by that. And she said that the Aquarius treats her like he's in love with her. He does all of the things that a person who's in love with you, we would imagine they would do. They know each other's families. They go on trips together. They have an emotional relationship. They don't just have sex. They share each other's, lives. He helps her with things financially and in the house. They don't live together, but, they spend most of their time together. And he calls her all kinds of pet names. And she's like, is it possible that he's in love and doesn't know it? Because when they talk about their relationship, he says that he wants to take things slow. He just wants to be casual. He doesn't want to be in a committed relationship. So when you ask him, what is their relationship? Who are they? She said he'll say, we're just friends. And she was like, Queen, we're clearly more than just friends. And she was like, he treats me like more than a friend. He treats me like I'm his woman, but he says we're just friends. So she's like, am I reading his signals wrong? Or is he feeling something that he doesn't know what he's feeling? And honestly, like I said before, an Aquarius can be feeling any number of things and not be aware of it. It just is what it is. Some of the times I have no idea what I'm feeling. I have to ask myself, or somebody else will point out to me what I appear to be feeling. And I'm like, oh yeah, that is true. So some of the times that does happen. But more commonly than not, especially in this situation, more commonly than not, it's not that he doesn't know it, it's that he hasn't accepted it. See, in Aquarius, we have to work things out in our mind logically. We have to accept things. He has not accepted the fact that he is in love. He has not accepted the fact that the two of you have more than just a friendship. He hasn't accepted it. So that is why he keeps saying that, because in his mind, as an Aquarius, it is what we say it is. It is in our mind what we say it is, okay? So in his mind, it is what he says it is. If I keep saying that this is casual, if I keep saying that this is not a relationship, then that makes it so. But it doesn't. And he hasn't realized that yet. So he's going to keep on saying that until he realizes it and accepts it. He has to go through his little Aquarian process. Now, what does this mean for you? Well, honestly, it's not great news and it's not the worst news. Because it's not great news because that means that you cannot make him accept it. You have to just basically wait for him to accept it and acknowledge it and be okay with it on his own organically. You see, you can't help him get to the end of that process. So that's one thing. But then the other thing is that you really cannot move forward in your own mind. You have to maintain that level of detachment the same way he does in his mind, because it's not set in stone. The relationship is still in his mind friends, you see? So you can't be down the road skipping, picking out China patterns and, a house for you guys to buy, and he's still saying we're friends. You have to wait until you're both on the same page. Right now, y'all in the same book, but y'all on different pages. So if he's on page 1 and you're on 265, you are going to have to wait. You're going to have to slow your roll and wait for him to catch up to where you are, because you don't want to put yourself in a position where you have all your eggs in a basket. You're waiting for him to acknowledge the love and the relationship and this and that, and it never happens. Because honestly, a lot of Aquarius fight their feelings. They realize them and don't acknowledge them, don't accept them. Let's say that's just not what he wants. Like, let's say he's decided, I'm not being in a relationship. So even if he realizes that he has feelings, he's not going to allow himself to take that to the next level. So he won't allow the relationship to evolve past where it is. And if this isn't good for you and you've allowed yourself to believe, he's in love and he's going to come around any day now, and he doesn't come around, you're going to be devastated. You're going to be heartbroken. So when I tell people is, don't sit around waiting for the person to catch up with you, and don't keep on moving on ahead of them. Stop right where you are. And just deal with the relationship as it is. He said it's a friendship. Take it as a friendship. Don't let your mind and your decisions go beyond that. Take it for what he says it is. Because like I said, if it doesn't go, your feelings are going to get hurt. Now, if he does start to acknowledge and accept it and is finally like, you know what, I really do love you, and starts to express himself, then you guys can have now you're at a space where you can move together. You see? Then you can move on and, maybe create something. But you have to wait for him to be at that space. And I know that's kind of frustrating for a person who's been in this relationship all this time and you're at this space. But that's just how it is, because like I said, I've seen Aquarius in this very situation, and because they did not want to be in a relationship, they sabotaged the whole thing and rode off into the sunset. So you don't want to put yourself in that position to get hurt, is my point. So you want to slow your roll and wait and see where he comes to, what space he goes to, as far as your relationship is concerned. One thing I've learned about people that's very important is to accept what they say. Even if what they say is bullshit, even if you don't believe what they're saying, when he says we're just friends, that's bullshit. But I have learned to accept it, because if that's what he's telling himself, that means his actions and his decisions are going to be based upon what he is thinking to be true, whether it's true or not. So if you're responding to what really is true, you're both going to be responding to two different vibrations. So I would be responding to what he's telling me. We friends? Okay, I'm going to treat you like my friend. And also, a lot of people, they have the tendency to be doing relationship stuff with these friends, these situationships. And my thing is that you should not be giving your relationship self to your situationship. Your relationship self is the person that another person now deserves, because they've put in the time and effort. They deserve your relationship self. If this person is telling you we're friends, then he deserves your friend's self. And the friend self and the relationship self is two different selves. The friend self is, seeing him, having a good time, going on vacations, and being very casual and not being possessive at all. The relationship self is a little bit more serious, still not being possessive, but it's a little bit more serious. So the things that you're going to do and what you're going to expect changes. Don't expect a relationship person from somebody who's telling you they're just your friend. Expect friend things, even though he's saying and he's doing things that are not friend things. Me personally, I wouldn't let somebody do non-friend things for me who's telling me I'm their friend. I'm not meeting your mama and we just friends. I'm just not. I'm not doing it. You're not in the romantic sense. If we just, if we're just platonic friends and I meet your mama, that's one thing. But if we're sleeping together, I'm not going to go meet your mother. Like, those are relationship things, and we not at this space. So another thing that I noticed that you both have done in this situation is you're doing relationship stuff with somebody who you're just calling my friend. And I don't allow somebody to put me in those scenarios and then tell me you're just my friend. Not going to happen. So you need to also look at the actions that you're taking. You guys are both doing boyfriend, girlfriend stuff. And that is something that I would discuss with the Aquarius. I definitely would discuss that. And it's not something that in the future I would allow someone to do to me. If we're friends, we're friends. You're not going to, we're not signing contracts and, doing stuff that people in relationships do. And a lot of the actions that you told me about, like I said, meeting family, stuff like that, some of these things are real relationship things. And that's why you don't do them until the time is right, because they start to develop feelings that may or may not correspond with where you are in the relationship. So if I were you, I would slow my roll. Okay? All right, guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you would like to have a reading done, please email me and I will give you an appointment. Likewise, all of my information is underneath this video, and come back soon because I have a lot more to say. See you later.